Yeah. So, just came up from the screening of Thunderbolts. What are your first thoughts on the film?
Look, honestly, I know a lot of people hype up Marvel movies and make it seem like it's the best movie that they've released in the past few years, but I'm gonna just be honest with my thoughts.
Firstly, wait before
yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but firstly, I just want to note that we didn't share our reaction or our thoughts on the film before this, so I'm gonna hear your reaction for the first time. I really want to know what you thought on the film because I have my opinions, and I'm gonna let you speak, and
I mean,
I'll unload afterwards.
Completely different things, but I'm gonna just be honest and say I was quite disappointed by this movie. I went into it seeing the reviews, seeing the hype, and thinking, okay, there's a return to form for Marvel. This is one of the best movies yet. And I watched it and I kept waiting, like, okay, when is it gonna be good? And I think overall it was just a mediocre movie, nothing special. I can't even say I would recommend it. You know, when you make like this is 36 Marvel movie, 36 movie in the MCU, and I feel like after you make 36 movies, what else is there to say? You know what I mean? It's like at this point,
everything is forced.
and everything's just a repetition. Or just we've seen this before, I think even the villain of this movie, the Void, whack villain. To be honest,
this guy,
I know. Actually, I feel like the movie tried to make it so that the main villain is like depression. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
It's like and look, that's not even like a horrible idea.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you put that idea into a superhero movie,
it's just
and
like
you try to like bring all these superheroes,
especially the way they.
Yeah.
Look, it's so hard not to spoil this movie.
Yeah.
But the way that the way the whole movie ended.
Yeah.
I feel it was just like, come on now, anticlimactic on another level.
I think, okay, before we be too negative, too harsh, let's talk about the good things in the movie. What do you think were the best aspects of this movie?
The best aspects of this movie, I would have to go ahead and say probably David Harbour.
I agree. Yeah.
He was truly amazing in this movie.
Amazing.
Just the comedic relief that he brought. It's just a character where you could feel that he had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Every time he was on screen, everyone had a good time. Everyone.
We had a packed theater. Everyone was laughing at David Harbour.
You were laughing like a crazy fool next to me. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah. No, I think he's definitely the best part of that movie. I can't say anything bad about his performance.
I think he definitely lifted it up as far as the quality of the whole film. Other than that, definitely I think Florence Pugh's character.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Florence's character. I think, especially with him fleshing out the backstory, showing us a past and diving through her traumas and all that stuff. I think there was a lot of character building, a lot of character development, and I think she came out of this film. I wouldn't say a new person, but a more refined person.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think they really did a good job. Well, the writers at least, just creating that sympathy towards and getting everyone to resonate with the character. Especially like you said with that whole backstory. She was definitely one of my favorites. But from the start already, from the get-go, from the start of the film. Not going to spoil anything for you guys, but she brought a lot of the exciting moments.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought she was a really cool character.
I mean, that opening scene, jumping off a building. Yeah, I mean, she was really I would say the biggest part of that movie. Although it was a team-up movie, it felt more like her movie.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I'll say that easily.
Yeah. As for the other characters, I mean, there was Taskmaster, Ghost, Captain America, if you want to call him Captain America.
Ghost can get ghosted. Ghost can get ghosted. I don't give two damns about Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost is... look, I'm going to be honest, those three characters, they were quite poorly written. They had barely any role in this movie.
Captain America as well?
I think him especially, honestly.
Why would you say that?
Because I think I don't really see what his purpose was in this film, apart from they tried to make us empathize with him because his wife left him.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
is that really that big of a deal? He killed someone in public.
True.
An innocent person, innocent, but still.
I'm not gonna lie. I also feel like is he worthy of having that,
Yeah.
earning that role of Captain
Yeah.
America?
Yeah.
I was like, that's why the whole time I couldn't take him too seriously. I was
Yeah.
like, come on, that's not Captain America.
Not Captain America.
He just doesn't portray any of the
Yeah.
qualities.
And with Elena, it's like, okay, she was forced into this camp as a child. She had to go through all of this. But him, he was a grown man.
Yeah, this guy just decided one day, I want to be some superhero.
And I just didn't connect with him at all. I don't know.
I would say
maybe if your wife left you, took a child, you're gonna feel something.
Maybe.
But I didn't feel that.
Ghost, I think though, especially after watching Ant-Man and Wasp, I really preferred just her role, her overall role in this film. So there were a few bits where I enjoyed the character, especially the way she displayed all of her capabilities and her powers. I thought she was cool.
Yeah, she was cool, but that's about it.
Yeah,
there's
nothing
more,
deeper than that.
I mean, let's talk about Bob. First of all, I kind of hated Bob. I'm be real. I thought that the whole introduction, Bob's whole introduction was quite childish, quite I mean, at the end of the day, these are, I don't want to say kids movies, but they are catered.
They are catered, but I don't think anymore though. Yeah. Let's be real.
I think especially this one has a much darker tone than a lot of the previous Marvel movies. But even then, I feel like they have these characters that they add in for comedic effect that just don't need to be there.
Yeah, it just everything seems forced.
Yeah, like they're waiting for a laugh. They want that laughter. I just wasn't feeling it, honestly.
Yeah, no. But at the end of the day, I think, like all other Marvel movies, I think there's always a lesson to be learned. You know, whether it be Spider-Man, Superman. You know, with great power comes great responsibility. Batman. So, So, what would you say is the sort of the lesson to take away? I have a lesson in mind. I think you do now.
Yeah.
What's that lesson?
I think without spoiling anything, this movie delves deep into mental health and stuff like that. So I think the main lesson I would take away from this movie is just check up on your friends.
Give them a hug.
Yeah. Give them a hug.
Give them a hug.
Especially.
Give them a hug.
Yeah. Make sure that they're doing well. You never know what someone's going through.
Yeah.
You really never know.
Sometimes I could save the day.
Save the whole world.
Save the whole world, bro. Damn. That movie was crazy, honestly.
Yeah, so Thunderbolts out now.
In IMAX.
Yeah. Look, like I said, I can't really recommend this movie because I wouldn't be sincere in saying go watch Thunderbolts, because I'm not watching that movie again.
I'm also not watching.
Just to be completely honest with you guys,
I think just to get sort of, because I do want to say this, like no spoilers. I feel like it is sort of important whether you're watching it in the movies, watching it later on. At some point, it's going to be beneficial just to watch this film without spoiling anything. I really do feel like this is sort of a new beginning to a new chapter.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And let's talk about that post-credit scene. Wow,
that's what I'm referring to. That's what I'm referring to.
I don't want to spoil anything. I'm not going to get into details, but that's actually the longest credit scene in any Marvel movie. And I mean, we got a bunch of name drops. We got a look at something that we've all been very excited for.
Yeah, I would rate it a solid 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think 5 out of 10 is fair.
Yeah. It's not bad.
It's not one of the best MCU movies,
definitely.
It's also not one of the worst, because we know the MCU has made some horrible movies.
I think this is sort of the problem. People are too fixated on comparing it to MCU movies as of recently.
Yeah, definitely,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I think it's one of the better MCU movies in the past 4 years or so on,
definitely.
or at least
Might
after Endgame.
Yeah, might even be the best one after Endgame. But that's not such a big deal when you compare it to the movies that they released in the past 4 years. Yeah, I think Thunderbolts overall, it's a decent movie. It's people hyping it up and saying it's a return of the MCU. I wouldn't
I
go
wouldn't
that
be
far.
too excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say if you really have nothing to do this weekend,
You really don't have anything.
go watch Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
If
you like sleeping,
yeah,
watch Thunderbolts. At the end of the day, look, these are just our opinions. So whether you agree, disagree, at the end of the day, it's just our opinions. And that's what we are for. We want to share that experience with you guys. What do you think? You can't just be sitting here quiet. Let us know.
Yeah, we want to know your thoughts as well. Yeah, so let us know down below. And I think it's definitely worth saying that could have seen. Okay, I'm gonna just be honest. That could have seen was cup, bro.
It was
fucking what was that in that? Like genuinely, what they showed us was four in a ship. Fucking nothing. A guy doing his suits. So sad, man. I can't even do a fucking clear scene.
Break his camera.